7 words that make your dog feel loved instantly. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you this? Dogs don't just hear your voice, they feel it. They pick up your tone, your intent, even the energy behind your breath. Long before your hand reaches to scratch their ears, they already know exactly what you are feeling. Today, you will learn how 7 simple words spoken with true intention can do something profound. They remind your dog
Snowy.
that they belong with you. And before we dive in, here is a promise. If you love your dog even half as much as they love you, stay until the very end. Because the final word might just change how your dog looks at you tonight. Take a second to settle in. If you are watching this, your dog already chose you. So let's begin. You know that moment when your dog suddenly perks up, even before you open the treat jar or pick up the leash. That is not a coincidence. Dogs are extraordinary at recognizing patterns in human speech. A 2014 study from Eötvös-Loránd University showed that dogs process tone and meaning in separate parts of the brain, just like we do. They might not understand the definition of every word, but they understand you. They are emotional experts in fur coats. So today, we will unlock the secret language of love. The first word is come. It sounds simple, but to your dog, come can mean so much more than just a command. Usually, we use it to order them around, but when spoken gently, it becomes an invitation. It becomes a signal of trust. Dogs do not always respond to orders, but they always respond to emotion. Imagine whispering come in a soft, low voice. You aren't forcing them. You are opening a space for them. Behavioral studies show that dogs build strong emotional associations between tone and action. When come is paired consistently with kindness, never force or frustration, it turns into a bridge between you and your dog's heart. They don't just hear the word, they feel the intent behind it. If you have ever whispered, come here, and your dog tilted their head, wagged gently, and trotted over, you have seen this in action. That is not training. That is trust. Try it tonight. Just open the space and let them decide. If your dog even shifts their weight toward you, that is a win. It is their way of saying, I choose to be near you. The second word is good. You have said it to kids, to friends, and definitely to dogs. But good means more to them than we often realize. The secret isn't in the word itself. It is in the melody. A 2019 study from the University of Pisa found that dogs are highly responsive to pitch and rhythm, especially when spoken in a high affectionate tone. That good boy or good girl you say with a soft smile, it is more than praise. It is a sound of safety. When you say good with warmth, your dog feels it in their chest. It lands like a gentle pat on the heart. Over time, this word becomes a mini reward. Not because of the meaning, but because of the music behind it. Try saying it after they simply lay near your feet. You will notice a slower blink, a softer tail wag, a relaxed body. That is your dog saying, I hear you. I feel safe. Used consistently, good becomes an anchor word. It teaches your dog not just what you like, but who you are when you are at your gentlest. The third word is here. It seems ordinary, almost forgettable. But when said in the right tone, here becomes a sound of presence. A gentle way of saying, I am near. You are safe. Many dogs do not like being called with force. It reminds them of control. But here, when spoken softly, is not a command. It is a quiet promise that you are not alone. Dogs are wired to respond to voices more than visual cues. In fact, a 2022 study from Kyoto University showed that dogs can track their owner's location using voice alone, even when the person is out of sight. That means your voice literally maps out where home is. When you say here in a calm, grounded voice, it tells your dog exactly what they need to know. This is where safety lives. So next time your dog hides from thunder or fireworks, try this. Sit on the floor nearby. Breathe slowly. Say here, not as a command, but as comfort. Don't reach, don't chase, just let the word float. Often they will peek out, maybe even take a step closer, not because they understood the word, but because they trusted the energy behind it. To a dog here doesn't mean come over. It means you belong beside me. The fourth word is okay. This one might surprise you, but okay can have a calming effect on dogs. And yes, science backs that up. Dogs are emotional mirrors. They read your tone posture, even the tiny tremors in your voice. Studies from the University of Lincoln found that dogs can detect subtle stress in humans, and they respond accordingly. When your voice tightens, their heart rate rises. When your voice softens, theirs slows down too. That is where okay comes in. Said gently, slowly. It becomes more than a word. It is a reset switch for both of you. Imagine your dog knocks something over and freezes, tail stiff, eyes wide. Instead of scolding, you kneel down and whisper, "It's okay." Watch what happens. Their shoulders drop. Their eyes soften. Sometimes they blink once. That is their version of saying, "I hear you. I am calm now too." Because dogs are constantly scanning your energy to determine, are we safe? Is everything still good? Used consistently. Okay becomes a verbal cue for peace. It tells them that no mistake is bigger than your bond. The fifth word is love. It is one of the most powerful words we know. And believe it or not, it speaks to dogs too. Not through meaning, but through feeling. When you say love, in that soft, stretched out tone, your dog hears something ancient. Research has shown that dogs respond deeply to speech patterns we use with babies. That gentle rhythm, that rising, calming pitch. In 2022, researchers found that dogs responded more strongly to this dog-directed speech. It wasn't about the vocabulary. It was about the warmth behind it. Try this. Sit next to your dog. Wait for them to glance your way. Then softly say, "Love," letting your voice linger on the word. Watch what happens. Maybe they blink slowly. Maybe their tail gives one lazy wag. Maybe they just stay still. But somehow feel closer. That is connection. That is resonance. You can whisper it before bed or when they curl into your lap. Your dog may not know the dictionary definition, but they will always remember the way that word made them feel. The sixth word is their name. It might be the most important word of all. Not because your dog understands it like a human would, but because it is the one sound in the world that has been tied to every act of love they have ever known. From the moment you brought them home, every treat, every walk, every cuddle, every bedtime whisper began with that word. Science agrees. In 2019, researchers at the University of Tokyo found that dogs recognize their own names even when spoken by strangers, and their brains light up differently compared to other words. That means your dog doesn't just know the sound, they know the feeling that follows it. So when you say it kindly, Milo, Bella, Cooper, their brain lights up with recognition and trust. It isn't just a cue, it is confirmation. I belong here. But here's the part most people miss. If their name is only used in frustration, no Max, or stop it Luna, They start to associate it with tension, but say it softly, with warmth, and it becomes a bridge. Try this tonight. Say their name once. Wait. Then say it again, just a little softer. Watch their ears tilt. That is not obedience. That is belonging. To your dog, their name isn't just a label. It is the sound of home. And finally, the seventh word is stay. Now I know stay is usually a strict command, but when you reframe it, it becomes a beautiful promise. When you leave the house or step into another room, saying a gentle stay tells them, I am coming back. Anxiety in dogs often comes from the unknown. They don't know if you are leaving forever. By using a calm stay, you create a routine. You are telling them that this distance is temporary. It is a vow that no matter how far you go, the bond remains unbroken until you return. It transforms waiting from a stressful event into a peaceful pause. It whispers to them, wait for me, because I will always come back to you. Let's take a moment to remember these 7 words. Come. Good. Here. Okay. Love. Their name. And stay. Each one is simple, but spoken with care, they form a quiet language. A way to say you are safe. You are home. You are loved. You don't need perfect timing or fancy training. Just honesty in your tone, softness in your breath, and presence in the moment. Because in the end, dogs don't need us to speak perfectly. They just need us to speak gently and mean it. So tonight, say their name a little softer. Whisper love when they curl up beside you. And if any of these words made a difference with your dog, tell me in the comments. Which one do they respond to most? Because your dog's story might just help another dog feel a little more understood.